sitting cross-legged could be your seat. But for a moment, before you drop in, squeeze every muscle you can find in your body. Make some fists, squeeze your face like you're gonna scream, which is pretty much the way everyone is these days, and then release. And do that a few times. Simple exercise. I talked about the fascia, the connective tissue, and when you squeeze in, like no more CNN, right? And then release, ha. And simple exercise, again, just kind of squeeze into your embryonic, defensive position your body, and then ha, release, sit, close the eyes, begin to feel the breath now. Dispensing, dissolving, and working around the aquifer, the underlayer of the skin, and deeper. So the connective tissue is this underlayer which can be softened or tightened. And we just take a few breaths now, observing the breath. And if you can come into Ujjayi Pranayama, it's simply an ocean sounding breath. Inhale, hold. Exhale, open the mouth, and do it again. Inhale, gathering. Hold, and then exhale, maybe leaning forward. Draw back into the belly like the undertow of a wave. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Bring the breath in. It rises the rib cage up, maybe the head, opening the scalings. Maybe all the way down to the floor. And then coming back up. Let's take an easy twist. Again, you could be seated in a chair. Inhale, float the chest. Exhale, rotation right, left hand across opposite knee. Inhale again, lifting up. And exhale, rotation. So now we're trying to contain the sound of the ocean, the slight viscosity of the breath in the back of the throat, so that we're keeping the airways open to communicate with that fascial layer of the body. That means I'm not going to over wrench or wrap the fascia, but as I breathe and flow with just imperceptible movement, I want to feel that I could communicate with any part of this blanket around the entire body. One more inhale. As you exhale, keep your twist, but reach up with the right arm and start to side bend. If you have a wonky neck, you can hold it. Again, inhale, bring in the air, the prana. Exhale, release. Soften, allow the fascia to stretch. Inhale, fill. And in the filling, there is some tension, but it's called eccentric contraction or extension. And coming up, reach high right arm, and if you can, reach across the body and take the under side arm, the left arm up into Garuda Asana. If you can't, you can just stay here pulling this arm, pull and retract, pull and retract. get into that in a second anyway. Those that have Garudasana, lift, inhale, bow, exhale. Fill, inhale, and bow, exhale. One more time. Fill. Release. Let's try the other side. Lift the chest, inhale, exhale, rotation. Again, sometimes closing the eyes for the first few minutes of practice. And now, not thinking of the external form, you may see me and be either bendy or stiffer, but you're not trying to be in my body. You want to stay in yours and feel that wrapper as you start to move the wrapper into a shape, the tissue. Can you still communicate on the inhale and the exhale, the entire underlayer, which covers the muscles? Exhale, keep your twist, reach up with the left arm, get high, so to speak, helium, and then lean over, release, So there's a filling, like a balloon fills, and there's some tension or stretch to the skin of the balloon, and exhale to release into the deeper pose without getting pushy with your morning body. One could stay in any of these postures for a while, practicing what we call yin yoga, and make more progress, stretching the fascia. Reach up high and then come over. Again, those that are less flexible can just pull and release, pull and release. If you can get that right arm under and take Garudasana, then you're going to be lifting and bowing. And feel how the arms are so important to the spinal column. They can help move it, and the patterning of the shoulders, which we're going to get into. Most people in Garudasana have pulled the shoulders forward in a familiar pattern for those that work on a keyboard. But actually in Garudasana, there's a retraction element as well. We're going to play with that. So let's release. Take the hands back for a second and come off of your seat. And then bring the bent knees in front of you. Here we use the arms to lengthen the side ribs from the outer hips to the armpits. And then lean back, curl, and see if you can pick up the feet just to engage your core. So Navasana. Let's just try that again. Push forward. Inhale, fill. Exhale, let the tailbone tilt a little as you sink back and come up, maybe full pose. Put the feet down, push forward. Inhale. Coil the tailbone under, lift. Maybe you can challenge yourself with your arms. So, I'm going to go on to our backs, but first, have this sense that, as I was doing before with the arm, if I take one wrist, pull that shoulder joint out, and then what can I do with the back extensors to retract back into the joint capsule? So I have options always of trying to open joint space and then protect. So if you hold your palms out like this, one could reach forward and feel the shoulder blades spread on the inhale. Then exhale, push back, pull the upper arm bones into the spine. Right? So that's what we're playing with, and there's a constant modulation of going out of the joint capsule and back in. So we can try this before we go into our backs even by taking our little blanket pads and coming to hands and knees. Padding your knees is necessary with a cushion. And as you take cat and cow, arching and coiling, you can feel the retraction of the upper arm bones into the capsules as you lift, and then the protraction or extension. So working with both, and a lot of people just do cat and cow, kind of bending their spine without feeling what the arm bones are doing to the joint capsules. So let's take one blanket, as we've done before to start with, and just glide the arms forward. Inhale, exhale, pull back. So now once again, here, inhale, we're extending the arm bones forward, and the upper arm bone is coming maybe even out of the joint capsule for super flexible people. Is that a good idea? Probably not. When we learn how to retract, let's go to the diagonals. And so as one ages, of course no one here watching has, but if they were to age, your joint capsules become super important. Shoulders and hips in particular. Even if I came forward and placed the head on the ground, as if I were going to come up to downward dog, there's a retraction element. So let's just try a downward dog for kicks and see if you can feel that. So even though I'm trying to reach forward with the arms, pushing forward from the upper arm bones as you sit back, toes curled under, there's also an element of retraction so that the shoulder blades sit nice in a flat plane. So if we come up to downward dog, spreading the fingers, just keep the knees bent, look down. Can you extend the upper arm bones forward on inhale and then retract on exhale? Push forward, retract. And then come down to hands and knees. So that's very important to protect the shoulders. Before we do more work on the hands and knees, let's go on to the back and work a little core. And you'll need to have your strap about yay wide apart, shoulder width or wider. So let's go down and just have the strap handy, first pulling the knees into the body and rolling around in the low back a bit to get it ready. And then let's take the hands to the right knee, extend the left leg, Apanasana. Extend through the down leg. Then pull the right knee in toward you as you inhale, glide it away, still holding you as you exhale. So now we're moving that hip capsule and the upper leg bone, and we can start to move in circles as well, or build strength by just letting the arms drop down and circling without the use of the arms. And now we're building strength and mobility around the joint capsule. Can we try the other side? Pulling both knees in, transfer the hands to the left, knee right goes out. First, it's called upswing. Pull in toward the left shoulder, and then push out. Upswing, downswing. And then little circles. Keeping the bottom leg firm into the ground. And then those that have the ability to release the leg, the bent knee, little circles. Playing, engaging the core in a very small way. And then can we pull both knees in? So now, having engaged the core, can you pull both knees in, inhale and exhale, glide them away? So for people that are working with injuries or what have you, this is a great low back massage. But now let's see if we can take our strap and take the strap in the hands, hovering the shins, and pull against the strap so you can feel the upper arm bones clearly anchored in the sockets. Inhale, reach back toward the floor. Exhale, back into the sky. If this is too much, it shouldn't be for your core. You can set the feet on the ground and just do this. Bridge pose, okay? But now those that feel ready, can you glide the right foot forward, inhale, the arms back. Exhale, bring the knees together, the strap up like you're tapping the knees. You can see what I'm doing. I glide the opposite knee, and pretty simple. Those that want a little bit more and do not have neck issues, as you come up, lift the shoulders and the head. Inhale, extend one leg and back. Again, this could be done on the ground in a very simple way. Let's come up and see if we can capture the feet, lasso the feet with the strap, kick up to the sky. Push the feet out into the strap. They're about 6 inches apart. Feel the outer legs light up. Feel them light up, and so this is one manner. The lateral body keeps your hips strong. Now can you slide the left foot out of the strap, holding both ends of the strap. Now the right leg is up to the sky. We're going to pull the strap ends apart, elbows to ground. The right knee head toward the right shoulder. Exhale, kick up. Inhale, pull. And so now we're getting a toning of the arms. And the lat muscles are getting engaged as we pull the arms, pull the leg down. And the leg is firming. Feel the leg firming around the hip capsule, the knee, and the foot as you extend it. Keep it up there now and hold the strap ends in the right hand and let the left arm lay out on the floor like a wing. We worked on the inner and outer legs being equally extended as you start to exhale the leg over to the right. And then bring it back to center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then those who are cursed with flexibility can tap the floor. Take a couple breaths and come back up. But let's try this since we're working on strength. Bring that left arm up to the sky as well. This time, inhale, create a V. So the left arm goes out a little bit to the left, and the upper leg goes just a little. And then exhale like you're going to tap them together. Now we're building strength. Can you feel the joint capsules of the left arm and the right hip hug back into the body. Okay? You could also be doing this with a bent knee. Let's switch, same leg, but hold the strap ends in the left hand. Take an inhale, and then exhale, start to drop over to the left. And this would be the standard stretch. Yoga people would be, oh, I'm just gonna roll down, and you could, and take the stretch in the IT band. So that's what you work if you're working on stretching your fascia, but let's work on strengthen around capsules. Bring the right arm up to the sky. You still have the right foot. And then open, inhale, bringing the leg across to the left. And the right arm to the right. Exhale, close the V. Doesn't have to be much. Inhale and exhale. So feel, once again, particularly in that right hip capsule, you suck the bone, the upper leg bone, the femur, right back in. Okay? And then we could bend the knee, hold the strap ends again, and stretch the hamstring a little, maybe lift the head. Then both feet come in, you push out to engage the core, holding the reins way up the strap ends, glide, slide the right foot out, left foot, you can look at the tone of the foot. The other day we worked on inner and outer edges and feet. You're gonna pull in on inhale, extend, exhale. Left knee's tracking down toward the shoulder on the same side and then pushing. As you do this simple exercise, I want you to feel the joint capsules in the hips and the shoulders. You have an injury, you're being mindful of that. So I had, oh boy, it wasn't much more than 2 years ago, 2 frozen shoulders. And some of the PT people were saying, well, you're probably never going to get the mobility back in your shoulders. I did. Of course, because I'm a yoga brat. And that's what we do. We defy the usual parameters. So let's keep the leg up. Left hand reaches way up, grabs the strap ends. Inhale, exhale. Now, this is a standard yoga pose. If you're cursed with flexibility, you go all the way to the ground, but you can still be dynamic, pushing into the strap. Inhale, come up. This time, let's bring the right arm up. And we'll inhale, open the V, exhale, close. If it's too much to have the right leg extended, you can have the knee bent on the floor. But feel not just the core, but the joint capsules. Pulling back in. Switch hands. Right hand grabs strap ends, left arm out. Inhale, standard stretch. Push, eccentric contraction. And then go over to your degree. Could be quite far, but you have to be mindful. Okay, so IT band is tight. How much do we really want to loosen it as we age? That's the question. So let's take this in a different way. Left arm up, near that left leg. Inhale. Left leg goes right, arm goes left, and then they close. So now we're building or retracting and extending. Come back to center, one hand in each strap end, hold the knee in, extend the leg, maybe a little further back, lift the head. Let's take the shins in like we did before and take the strap over the shins, drop the feet down, and hold the reins of the strap. The arms lengthening along the floor in a variation of bridge pose where we pull against the lower shins. The strap is down near the top of the feet. We're actually retracting the upper arm bones back into the spine and then lifting the hips up. Can you do that a few times on your own while I grab some water? Retract and then press up. Do it about 5 times. When you're done, you're going to do the side rolling with the knees. Okay, so let's try one more, and then we'll get to work. So, now without the strap, we're going to try a downward dog on our backs, using all this technology. Let's hold the knees. Let's straighten the legs. And now you imagine you have the strap around the feet, or maybe around the arms. So, inhale, reach the arms all the way down, toning the core. Hold the arm bones now back into their sockets and float the feet forward. Pulling the upper leg bones back into the sockets. And now you have a downward dog. Bend the knees, hold the knees, rock and roll on your spine a few times, massaging your back. Maybe coming up to Navasana, as we did earlier. Okay, so now we're going to use those towel rolls, and what you can do if your knees are a bit wonky is double up the top of your mat, like that. And now we're going to have 2 towels, not rolled up, but folded into little things. So we've already done this gliding work, which is great, the shoulders, but what happens when, and I think I'll face you so you can see, what happens if we go with one arm forward, inhale, and exhale, and then the other arm forward. You can look to the side. So feel the extension and retraction. If that's fun, then as you reach forward with the left arm, glide the right leg back, and then pull it in. And so just go for a little crawl, feeling that the arm is getting isometrically toned. If you want extra credit, you can float the back leg. And don't go past the capacity of the joint. Good. So what if we start to go out and in, pushing on the floor, hands and knees. And feel the muscles along the pectoralis. Who needs a gym, right? And then if we swim forward, you know the breaststroke, we push the towels together, come forward as we bow, and then circle out, come back up. Go for a little breaststroke. So sneaky core, and you know when you do the breaststroke, you're trying to extend forward, then you got to pull the muscles around the shoulders back in. When you switch directions, this would be more like butterfly, but I always fail at the butterfly. And the spine could be moving in extension and contraction. Really good. And then sitting back on your knees or taking whatever path you want. One more thing with the straps, since we're working on the arms. We did this on the ground. You can be cross-legged, by the way, and we go back and forth. So now we start to feel the capacity of the joint capsule to go back, the subscapularis and the outer rims of the armpit. We play with the distance of the strap. And you're careful now of, there's a little joint in the back of the shoulder, which if I go too far back, can get pinched. So bring the strap overhead, start to pull with the right hand, and let the left arm and resist. Come over the other side, and then resist. So isometric toning working to your degree. So this is the move. Now we can start to bend the upper elbow, maybe just tap the top of the head, and or behind the head, pushing the back of the head. This is what the PT person said I wouldn't be able to do. Now I can drop the left hand and reach up the back of the strap and pull. See? And now I'm bringing those shoulder blades together. In Gomukhasana, some would not be able to do that. So you can see, pull dynamically, allow the upper arm to bend, and then you can reconfigure bottom arm, the right arm behind the back. And we're bringing the armpit of the left arm back. But then we're consolidating the joint capsules, really important. You're not just open, but you're in a process of opening and closing joint capsules. Okay, super good. So let's start to take our practice and try another downward dog. And I've articulated the extension contraction, but to also articulate, you just had the strap pushing out, and then we went up and back. So downward dog, place your hands and effectively push out with the upper arm bones as the primary action. Lift the chest, and then push forward to the fingertips as you lift the hips. So there's always the lateral spreading and then the forward pushing. Let's take the feet out like a duck and start to sink down like a plie or a frog as you inhale. So now the inner legs are open. As we close the inner legs and spiral the feet to parallel, take the down dog. And try this a few times. Now I'm placing weight in the shoulder capsules so they're in that expansion contraction interplay, and then moving the hip capsules out. So abducting and adducting. Then let's walk the feet to the hands. Bring the hands to the shins, lengthen and fold. Then the knees, come up to chair pose. And remember, even in chair, I've got this desire to reach. Some people try to do this, but it's a good thing we did the reaching back with the strap. But forward is good. And then I'm retracting arm bones into. So you drop the hands, lift, and you sink the hips. Here's the extension pad of the arms. Then pull the upper arm bones back in. Drop your tailbone. One more time. Basic stuff, but a revelation for some. Inhale. The palms face one another. The shoulder blades are moving apart, protracting. I'm reaching for something I can't get to. And then pull them in. Now you're strong with the arms. Let's forward fold. Step the right foot back, warrior one. And then plank pose today, if you can. So as you come down, bring the feet together. You can go to hands and knees if you need to. That lateral pushing out to protract the upper arm bones. Drop to your knees. Curl your toes under, sink back. Look forward again. Set up the arms. Push out. Inhale. Push forward. Lift the hips. Exhale. 5 breaths. You can bend the knees and play with the plie if you want. The plie has the added benefit that instead of stepping forward, you can frog jump forward. Flat back, fold. Bend the knees, chair pose. Not like that. Like a trapeze bar. Stand. Chair again. And the extension, retraction. Forward fold. Left foot back, healing, warrior one. All these movements now, hopefully you're feeling you have options. So the arm bones are set into the sockets as you come to plank. They're strong to support toned legs, core. Drop the knees, sink back. Tap the head. Look forward, billow out the upper arm bones. Inhale, exhale, push. Looking forward, step or jump. Lengthen the flat back, fold. And the knees come up. And then palms to heart. So now we'll add the Chaturanga Dandasana, which ruins many a shoulder. We'll show the modification and then the full pose for those that have the strength. Drop the arms, chair. Remember there's this extension, forward fold. You're already pulling the upper arm bones in, almost like you're dragging the palms back as you step the feet back. Let's all drop the knees down to try the Chaturanga. So the first action is almost like pulling the hands back. So we lower chest forward, come up, and keep hugging the upper arm bones into the sockets. Your elbows could be bent. Those that can come up to up dog, train and tone the backs of the legs. Drop the knees, sink back, drop the head. Look forward, spread the upper arm bones, spread the fingers, push forward, downward dog. Lengthen, keep lengthening the arms. And then having a solid anchor into joint capsule. Bend the knees up forward, step or jump, your choice. Forward. And the knees come up, palms to heart. So, now you know the modified Chaturanga. Just for the few people practicing who have the full one, strong shoulders, non-injured shoulders, we'll do that. Then we'll move on. Inhale, chair, retract, fold. Right foot back, warrior one, reaching as you sink the hips down. As you take plank, retract, Now you can drop the feet come together, the knees down, or watch. If I pull the upper arm bones back and I pull the palms back toward the feet, coming up on tops of the feet, I come forward and hover halfway, then I flip over. Upward dog, downward dog. Otherwise, you're doing the little limbo bar until your arms are strong. Then knees look forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Standing. One more time, then we move on. So this is strength work today. Inhale, chair. Protraction. And then pull it in. Set up for plank. With a sense of pulling. Knees drop. Or glide forward, hover. The elbows tucked in. Flip over the toes. Roll back. Look forward, inhale, jump step. Lengthen, fold. And the knees come up. And we'll do the other warrior. Here we go. Chair, inhale. Extension, then contraction. Left foot back. Up you go. Sink. Extend. Pull the joints in. Keep pulling back, even with the palms. Drop the knees if you need. Only come up as far as the arm bones feel good. Then let's all come down to child's pose. Really good. And let's come up to our downward dog again by pressing out with the upper arm bones, pushing forward. Come up. And then we lift the left leg high, inhale, and knee to nose. So now you could do this on your hands and knees, or working here, feeling once again extension of the arms as you kick the leg back, and then retraction into the joint capsules. And we hover and take the shin down, left shin down. Turn the left foot into the center. Come into half pigeon by gliding back. Descend to your degree. If you're working on hands and knees, the extension, you could also be working on your back body, doing a figure 4 instead of the half pigeon. Let's come up with the hands, back toes under, three-legged dog, strong arms. The left foot down, the right leg up. Watch the arm capsules, watch the shoulder capsules extend and pull in, extend and pull in. Knee to nose, retract. Extend, retract. Joint capsules open, even in the hips. Try to lengthen out of that hip like someone's pulling me back. Land on the shin and kick the right toes up a little. And then descend. Coming up, curl the toes, three-legged dog. Place the feet down. Bend the knees, lift the hips. Broaden the arms as you look toward the thumbs. Pushing outward, bend forward. Keep the extension of the arms full. Bend the knees, jump. Step, fold. Separate the feet. Pada Gustasana, pluck the big toes with the first two fingers and sit down like a ski jumper, lengthening your spine. Now pull the elbows apart, drop the head, and create or recreate the sensation when we have the strap around the feet, pushing outward and lengthening the inner legs. Bring the feet together, come up through chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, standing. Let's try a few lateral poses. And I want to work now on the back extensors. So you could have your strap, or just imagine the strap now, pressing your palms back. Part of the technology in the shoulder will keep it from pitching forward, and just squeezing in is to play with these back extensors, supraspinatus and so forth. So we're to push back with the hands and lean forward. Now we can either step back with the left foot or take airplane pose and feeling how the retraction of those back extensors allow. And then let's bring the feet together. Right? So press back, spread the chest, and slide the shoulder blades down the back. And then balance. And do this playfully. And the back extensors tie into the hammies. So now let's try the right side. Step back, and we can either bind the hands to help, or take the elbows, or if you have a full namaskara, your curse of flexibility, hands up the back, and then bow forward. You can bend the front knee. You can eventually take the hands to the floor. If you're working full pose, you pull the elbows up. Drop the hands. And then from here, using either a support for your right hand or the shin, left hand to hip, open triangle pose. Exhale, heels to the floor. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, side angle. Come all the way down and drop the back knee. Take the toes, right toes out of it, place your hands down. If you're not able to do that, you can take your knee and do this, or have hands on the chair. So now we're on our back body, working rotations of the legs. And you feel the joint mobilization in the hips, but also the strength required to pull it back to the center. So we can come down and take a little stretch here. Those that are cursed with flexibility can see if they can not only drop down, but hold the front ankle, like you're going to touch your head to it. Or if you're super cursed, if Avital is watching, then you drop your head and bind your arms around your back. And I don't want you to do this, but I can show you the games you play when your shoulders are super strong. You do a pose like this. So I'm just showing you that the end game for some having built strength is extreme yoga. But let's fold over the front leg. Enough of that nonsense. And then let's come forward and back. And now we have the upswing, the downswing. Come up on that front knee, take a twist. And here again, if you're about to fall over, what can happen in the outer hips? Can they, upper leg bones, using the muscles around the outer hips, can they suck in firmly and hold you? Likewise, the arms can retract a little bit. They come into prayer twists, and you open and close in. So extreme games versions of these poses, for example, here, require that I can be strong around the joints. Come down, bow to front leg again. And then standing split with the option of coming to Ardha Chandrasana for those that have it in the practice. Hands and feet land, fold. Feet together, knees bend, chair. And standing, take a free breath. We'll do the other side. Hopefully some of this is helping as we come back and push it against an imaginary wall. And the knees lean forward and glide the right leg back, Tony. Then the front knee step back. So you either bind the arms, like so. But this one is dangerous because if you straighten the arms like the old way, you can torque the joint capsules. Or here, even hands to hips, be safe. I'm demonstrating the full pose, hands up the back, and then they push together. So this is the best of both worlds. With flexibility, you bow forward. You can bend the front knee, drop the head, spread the feet apart. And so the hip capsules in the legs are trying to spread open on inhale and exhale. Hug. Drop the hands down and lengthen. The other day we were pushing with our hands forward to get weight in the back foot. Left hand on the shin or more support, and then rotate. Now what's happening here? I'm coiling the hips, our hips in together so that I'm locked in a nice structure. Arm bones trying to extend out as well. Wow! But also retraction piece. Exhale first, inhale, come up. Come out to warrior two. Reverse warrior, side angle. So you're in constant interplay between, okay, I want to come out of my joints. That feels good, but not too much, and then I pull in. Expressing out and in. Coming down to the floor, drop the back knee, take the left toes out. Could just be playing here. You could have hands on the ground. You could start to go down, maybe grab the front ankle. I'm just showing you extreme versions. Okay, and if you were foolish enough to do the arm balance, don't come and talk to me after if things went out. So, let's bow over the front foot. Come back up. Press into the front knee, reach up, right arm, take a twist. So it's open, and then can I coil into the outer hips hugging, which allow me, these outer hip axis hugging, to be maybe taking more extended poses. It's like I'm taking my hands like this and hugging. Come down, unwind, stretch. Arms forward, back toes under, standing split. You can just bring the feet together, open, left hand down, right hand up. Open it up, toning the back leg. Forward fold. Turn the toes out like a duck, sit down Malasana. We'll start to close things off by straightening the legs. So toning the legs, reaching the arms up, and then capturing either the strap or the feet. So even this work of pulling against your bind is a way of strengthening around the joint capsules. It's all fine and well to pull yourself into a deep fold, but this pulling back when you get older is more useful. And as we come into Baddha Konasana, sliding ourselves toward the open feet, flexibility becomes problematic. Where strength becomes essential as you tuck the big toes, lean back, and maybe take this pose into one that now consolidates hip and the shoulder joints, open and closed, open and closed. Feet together. From here, you could lay back, take Supta Baddha Konasana, any inversions you like, to come to the close. Once again, those that like to do my little exercise of taking the hands to the belly and breathing out any tension there. A few breaths, legs could straighten at this point. Hands to solar plexus, release this area. And the movement of the diaphragm and the breath natural, unimpeded. And hands to the chest, the heart, and relaxing the back of the neck, the throat, the heart, tongue. Placing the body in active rest. So now we moved the fascia, and doing that, we've moved the mind. And now feel that whole saran wrapper container the body as the arms lay out, releasing. As if you're melting what separates you from the space around you. You could stay here as long as you like. As we begin to close off, bend the knees, roll to one side, carefully come up to seated, and glide the sit bones back. Stack heart over head, or head over heart rather, and heart over hips. So when the big muscles relax, this, it's calling it saran wrap, this connective tissue, you should feel it how it's kind of rubbery. And we play with it in yoga so that it takes a pleasant Flexible but protective form. Palms of the heart, inhale.